remember your first episode. I remember you walking in. For people who haven't seen The Cosby Show, can you describe your character?
A macho nerd.
Yeah. That's good. He really was. And your relationship with Mr. Huxtable was interesting, right?
Yes.
Or Alvin's relationship with Mr. Huxtable.
It was somewhat adversarial at first.
Yeah.
And then he just warmed up to me eventually and kind of won him over. But it was fun and awkward and fun winning him over.
What was your time like on the show?
How did I like it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was fine. Everyone was nice. It was, I worked, first 2 seasons I only worked 3 times a season. So, and then after that I worked more often. I was put on contract in my 3rd season. So I was never there a lot, even when I was put on contract every 5 episodes or so, you know what I mean? So not nearly as much as all the other guys, still a bit of an outsider, But everyone was always really nice and supportive, and the experiences were good. Hardly, I can't really think of hardly any time where there was tension or negativity or anything. So no, it was lovely, really.
Were you aware that it was such a cultural phenomenon?
I became aware eventually, gradually, as things started going on. But I never listened to the hype. I never read the reviews. I never read papers. I never listened to, ratings.
On purpose?
Just, not even on purpose, just it didn't interest me.
Okay.
It didn't interest me at all. All that interested me was coming to work and doing the best job that I could as an actor. I didn't care anything about all the other stuff.
Right.
And that's kind of the way I am and how I am now. I don't read reviews. I don't want to get involved in who says what about what.
Right.
I just want to do...
I understand that about you, especially knowing you, but how was the rest of the world about you? What was it like being...
Oh, well...
Yeah, you out, this
after
person...
that first episode
yes.
aired, life changed dramatically.
How so?
Well, there's no more privacy. I mean, right after that first episode, I started getting recognized in public, which was the start. That was late September 1985. Mm-hmm. And since late September 1985... I have not been able to go anywhere without getting recognized, all these years, especially recently since something that happened a year and a half ago. But yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing to go from complete anonymity to, having been watched by 55 million people at a time.
Who think they know you.
Yeah, who think they know me
yes.
because I've been in their living room.
Yes.
One of the jokes I've had over the years, people say, "Oh, you've been in my living room," and I say, "Yes, and it's a very nice living room too. I really like some of the choices you made." Oh, yeah, okay.
That's so you.
Yeah,
it's great.
Frozen for a second.
So, can you describe what your career was like after the Cosby Show?
After the Cosby Show ended?
Yes.
Cosby Show ended in 1992, early 92, and it was interesting. I didn't expect things to happen from it, like TV things, but I kind of thought that other TV things would come directly from the Cosby Show because that's what happened to people who are on popular shows and with a lot of recognition. And for whatever reason, and I'll never figure it out, and I don't spend much time trying to, that never happened. I didn't segue into another show. In fact, I did extremely little television for the next many years, and the next job I had with any kind of contract was 5 years later. 5 years later, after the Cosby Show ended, I had another job on TV. So that was interesting. But meanwhile, I didn't really care. I noticed it, but I didn't care. I was doing theater. I kept doing theater. I did theater while I was on the Cosby Show. I did theater after the Cosby Show, regional theater, and off Broadway theater in New York. And I was directing theater. I was also teaching. So acting on stage, directing, and teaching kept up a part of my life. I was also a part-time minister in a Christian church, which took up a lot of my time.
I didn't know that.
For 15 years, I was in a Christian, non-denominational Christian church, and I became a part-time minister, and I spent a lot of time working with men, counseling them from the Bible and all that stuff.
Interesting.
So that was the biggest part of my life for that chunk of time, actually. Actually, my career was secondary. But so the fact that I wasn't getting film and I got some film opportunities, very little, and hardly any TV opportunities at that point. It didn't actually really matter to me emotionally, although I clocked it, critically. But
you were aware of it.
yeah, but
you
I
weren't.
didn't really care.
You weren't pressed.
Yeah,